Stop everything you are doing right now and do not scroll past this video. Virgo, you didn't find this message by accident today. It is the exact timing of your cosmic cycle that brought you here just before this crucial window closes. I can feel the heavy exhaustion you've been carrying in silence, the way you've been giving your absolute best but feeling like your power is constantly slipping through your fingers. This is not just a passing phase, and if you stay with me until the very end, I will reveal exactly how to take your power back before it's too late. You are the Virgo who works tirelessly, who organizes everything for everyone, but who constantly feels your own vital energy being drained just when you need it the most, watching your own victories slip away at the last second. It feels like you are a fortress with a hidden breach in the wall. You built those walls high with your hard work and flawless logic, but an invisible crack is letting your golden light leak out and allowing the shadows to seep in. You will understand why your energy feels completely drained every time you are about to step into your true power. You will discover who or what is silently feeding on your dedication behind your back. You will learn the exact mechanism to seal your energetic field before this cosmic window completely closes. You will find out how to take back every ounce of power that was secretly siphoned from you. And before this message closes, I will say a sentence about your life that you will carry with you for the next few months. Have you ever felt that there is a heavy, suffocating pressure on your chest that spikes exactly when you're about to step into your power? As if an invisible weight is actively trying to push you back down. And as if your logical mind is desperately trying to convince you that this exhaustion is just normal stress, and that feeling spiritually drained is just your own paranoia. And what if this sudden fatigue, these blocked paths, and these bitter interactions are not just bad luck, but the universe trying to expose the spiritual envy that is quietly siphoning the power of your Virgo journey? While many people pretend that energetic attacks aren't real, very few realize that every delayed victory can carry an unspoken jealousy, a hidden energetic drain, and a spiritual siege that hasn't been cut yet. But what if your greatest breakthrough lies in this revelation that you haven't been able to apply yet? Now think with me. Why does everything stall in my life right when it is about to work out? What if every time your plans crumbled at the last minute, every compliment that left you feeling drained, every moment you had to hide your success to avoid awkwardness, every sudden wave of exhaustion after meeting certain people, and this constant heavy sensation of your power slipping away were actually signs of a spiritual envy you have ignored for far too long? It was searching for answers to this that I found this digital book called The Great Secret Behind the Spiritual Envy Against Virgo. This book is not just a read, it is a revelation created for Virgos who desire to understand the hidden mechanisms of the envy, draining your energy, cut the invisible cords of spiritual sabotage once and for all, seal your energetic field, so you can finally reclaim your power before this window closes. Many Virgos already feel that they need to protect themselves from this energy surrounding them, but have not yet made the decision to download the digital book. Download it right now. It is available in the first pinned comment. But pay attention. The access may be taken offline at any moment. It reveals reflections, hidden signs, and directions that can transform the way you protect your natural light. Do not wait until another major opportunity crumbles at the finish line to finally protect your energy. Click now, download your copy, and discover why the envy that tried to drain your power might be the exact proof that the universe has given you a light far too bright to remain unprotected. If this very first word has already touched something deep inside you, write "My power is mine" down below in the comments. Not just for me, but because another Virgo who is standing exactly where you were a year ago needs this message to find them tonight. This path has a map, and it is already within your reach in the first pinned comment. I will return to it shortly. And if for some reason you are not interested or cannot acquire the digital book right now, there is still another door open for you. I don't receive a single penny for any of these messages I deliver here every day. Nothing at all. And yet they keep coming out every day for you and for every Virgo who still needs to be reached. If at any moment your heart wants to give back a little of what you received, there is a voluntary donation link open in the first pinned comment, right below the book. Any amount that fits in your hand today. Any amount your heart points to. That is what keeps this channel standing. That is what makes the next message reach another Virgo tomorrow, exactly as it reached you today. I will wait for you there, Virgo. I haven't told you the most important thing yet. There are 4 signs that this siege is already acting upon you, and you are going to recognize at least one of them. I want you to take a deep breath and let the noise of the outside world fade for just a moment. We are about to touch the very core of what has been quietly draining your vital force over these last few weeks. This isn't about generic astrology. This is about the heavy, invisible currents moving right beneath your feet, exactly when you thought you were finally stepping onto solid ground. Notice how your body reacts to what I'm about to say right now. Pay attention to your shoulders, to that subtle tension you carry in your neck, as if you're always bracing for an unseen impact. You have been walking through a minefield disguised as a daily routine, Virgo, and there are 4 specific signs that this invisible siege is already actively working against your field. You're going to recognize at least one of them, and when you do, the silence will finally break. Think about that sudden, crushing wave of fatigue that hits you at 3 p.m., right after you shared a new project or a piece of good news with someone you deeply trusted. For some of you, it happens right in the middle of a meeting. For others, it is during a casual phone call that suddenly leaves your limbs feeling heavy. That wasn't a lack of sleep. It was your energetic field warning you that not every smile in that room wanted to see you succeed. You called it a simple burnout, but the universe called it a spiritual drain. Then there is the strange way your most foolproof plans keep falling apart at the very last second. You calculate every variable, Virgo. You organize every step flawlessly. But suddenly that crucial email never arrives. The financial approval gets blocked, or that definitive meeting gets cancelled out of nowhere, leaving you stranded just inches from victory. That wasn't just a random twist of fate. It was an invisible interference actively blocking your path before the door could fully open. You called it bad luck at the finish line, but the universe called it a coordinated siege. And what about the bitter aftertaste of a compliment from a co-worker or an acquaintance? They praised your hard work, they smiled with their mouths, but their eyes remained completely cold. Your stomach dropped, and an inexplicable heaviness settled in your chest immediately after. That wasn't just social awkwardness, and you weren't reading too much into it. It was a silent drain, an active cord trying to siphon your golden light disguised as admiration. You called it your own paranoia, but the universe called it your energetic perception waking up. Finally, there is that sudden, overwhelming urge to hide your achievements and downplay your own success at the family dinner table or among friends, just to avoid making the atmosphere heavy. You shrink your own magnitude because you can literally feel the unspoken tension in the air when you shine. That wasn't humility. It was your intuition desperately trying to protect you from an invisible siege, forcing you to lower your frequency so you wouldn't become a target. You called it keeping the peace, but the universe called it a survival mechanism against spiritual envy. Every single one of these signs has a common origin, and it has a precise name. But before I reveal the name of this mechanism, you need something else. I know you are exhausted, Virgo, and there is a path of protection, and I'm going to open it right now, before the name, before the word. Because anyone carrying the weight of this spiritual siege needs relief before receiving the revelation. Stay with me, and this is exactly where the path of protection opens. The signs that just hit you did not hit you by accident, Virgo. You are feeling them in your body right now because your intuition is finally piercing through the illusion you have maintained for so long. You have been carrying that sudden, crushing weight that isn't just physical tiredness. It's a cold, heavy blanket that suffocates your energy right when your light is shining the brightest. You feel it in your bones. You feel it in the back of your neck. You feel it in the way your breathing becomes shallow and restricted when certain people enter the room. And yet it feels as if your logical mind is desperately trying to convince you that this exhaustion is just normal stress. And that feeling spiritually drained is just your own paranoia. You try to rationalize the heavy stares. You try to find a perfectly logical reason for the doors closing in your face just inches from the finish line. You blame the economy. You blame the timing, you blame your own efforts. But what if these sudden roadblocks and these bitter interactions are not just bad luck, but the universe actively trying to expose the spiritual envy that is quietly siphoning the power of your Virgo journey before the cycle completely shifts? What if the universe is making it impossible for you to ignore the drain any longer? I have seen Virgos standing exactly where you are today. I have watched brilliant, dedicated people who gave absolutely everything to their work, to their families, and to their closest friends, only to watch their own power slip away right at the very end. They were carrying an invisible siege, walking around completely drained by those who silently fed on their competence behind their backs. They thought they just needed to work harder. They thought they just needed to be more perfect, more organized, more accommodating. They believed that if they just fixed everything for everyone else, their own path would naturally clear up. But you cannot outwork an energetic drain, Virgo. You cannot organize your way out of a spiritual siege. The more you give, the more the invisible crack in your fortress widens, letting your vital force pour out into the hands of those who secretly resent your light. And the most heartbreaking part is that you do it in silence, carrying the weight of the world while your own energy is being consumed. The doors that slammed shut at the 11th hour. The friendships that turned ice cold when you succeeded. The heavy burden of carrying envious looks that no one else admits to seeing. Because I couldn't watch this happen anymore, I brought you the ultimate key, the great secret behind the spiritual envy against Virgo. This is not just a digital book. It is the exact map you need to understand the hidden mechanisms of the envy draining your energy. Cut the invisible cords of spiritual sabotage once and for all, seal your energetic field so you can finally reclaim your power before this window closes. You see, there is a fundamental truth you must carry with you from now on. Envy cannot drain the power of a Virgo who sees the breach. The spiritual siege only has power, while you refuse to acknowledge the invisible crack in your fortress. The moment you name it, it loses its grip on your life. But this cosmic window of opportunity will not wait for you to feel ready. And this specific energetic configuration does not stay open forever. The universe is demanding that you take your power back right now, before the timeline shifts. Every day without this path is another drop of your vital force, quietly siphoned away by people who do not want to see you win. Every week without sealing your field is another major breakthrough sabotaged at the very last second. Every month you choose to ignore this invisible siege is another cycle of pure exhaustion you accept as your permanent reality, forcing you to start all over again with half the strength you had before. The digital book is in the first pinned comment. Download it right now while this word is still alive inside you, because this is the impenetrable shield around your energy that only this complete map can help you build. Do not let another victory slip through your fingers just to keep the peace. When you finally seal the hidden breach in your fortress, the foundation settles deep into the earth. The parasitic roots lose their grip, and that heavy, suffocating pressure instantly lifts from your chest. You stop leaking your golden light to those who smile with cold eyes, and your vital energy returns to the only place it belongs. You will notice the shift in the very air around you. The people who were quietly draining you will naturally distance themselves, suddenly unable to handle the frequency of a Virgo who has reclaimed their boundaries. Your field becomes quiet again. The constant noise in your mind fades into a deep, unshakable clarity. You will no longer feel the need to hide your victories or shrink your magnitude to keep others comfortable. Your light will be entirely yours to command, and the exhaustion that has been haunting you will finally dissolve into true peace. And as I told you earlier, Virgo, besides the digital book in the first pinned comment, there is that voluntary donation link open right below the book. I still don't receive a single penny for every message that comes out of here for you. That is why this link exists, so that another Virgo tomorrow finds exactly this message that found you today. Any amount your heart points to. Every such gesture keeps our channel standing and makes the next message reach whoever needs it, exactly as it reached you today. There is an ancient name for this. And now, with the path laid out before you, the name descends. For centuries, ancient mystics have known about a very specific and rare cosmic configuration that only affects those who carry the light of service, structure, and perfection. There is a precise name for what you are experiencing right now, the invisible weight that has been pressing down on your chest. It is called the eclipse of the siphon. I need to tell you what this really is. It is not a random string of bad luck. It is not a punishment from the universe, and it is certainly not a consequence of you not working hard enough. It is the eclipse of the siphon, a highly specific cosmic window where your natural Virgo brilliance becomes hyper-visible to envious energies, triggering an active drain on your power just before a major timeline closes. During this energetic transit, your field becomes like a blazing beacon in the absolute dark. It naturally attracts those who desperately need your light, but who refuse to generate their own. You see, when this window opens, every ounce of pure effort you put out is magnified, but so is the spiritual siege that tries to siphon that exact energy away. The eclipse of the siphon never targets the weak. It only targets those whose foundations are incredibly strong, precisely because there is so much vital force to steal. The sudden, inexplicable fatigue right after a victory, the delayed projects that fall apart at the finish line, the heavy, calculating stares from people you thought were your friends. All of these are the undeniable symptoms of this mechanism actively at work in your life. But here is the most important part of this revelation, Virgo. The spiritual siege only has power while it remains unnamed and unseen. Now that you know the name of this energetic drain, the invisible cords attached to your field are already beginning to vibrate and loosen. Think of a massive, ancient building. Everyone who walks by admires the grand halls, the beautiful roof, and the flawless architecture that stands tall against the fiercest storms. But underneath the soil, hidden from the world, there is a deep, silent foundation bearing all the weight in the dark. As the earth shifts, that foundation starts to crack under the immense pressure of parasitic roots that do not belong to it, roots that are desperately draining its strength. The foundation gives absolutely everything to keep the entire structure standing, yet it feels suffocated by the very ground it supports. People walk through the halls taking the stability for granted, completely oblivious to the silent, exhausting battle happening beneath their feet. This is exactly where you are right now, Virgo. But the foundation is about to shake off those parasitic roots and reclaim the earth around it. The moment you acknowledge the invisible crack in your fortress, the stone hardens. The roots wither and die, and the entire structure rises with an unshakable, pure strength that can no longer be penetrated by anyone else's envy. I have watched you carry the weight of everyone else's expectations while silently starving for your own peace. I saw you hiding your own victory at that table because your intuition warned you that celebrating would attract danger. You dimmed your own light so they wouldn't have to squint, but I gave you this brilliance to blind the shadows, not to comfort them. The time for hiding is over, because I am sealing the cracks you thought you had to endure forever. There is a man who carried this exact same siege for years. He was the one everyone relied on, the silent architect who fixed every problem and carried every burden without a single complaint. But every time he was about to get his own promotion or experience his own definitive breakthrough, a sudden, inexplicable obstacle would tear it away at the last possible second. He thought it was his fault. He thought he just needed to work harder, to be more flawless. And then he finally realized he was leaking his power to those who smiled at him with cold eyes. What changed in his reality was not his work ethic. It was the definitive decision to seal his energetic field, to stop announcing his next moves to people who secretly wanted him to fail, and to boldly cut the invisible cords of envy. Today, he walks into any room and his energy remains entirely his own. He no longer shrinks to fit into spaces that cannot contain his light, and his victories no longer slip away. You are still processing this right now, feeling that sudden, sharp tingle of recognition at the base of your neck as the heavy fog in your mind finally begins to lift. The deepest truth is still ahead, and it has your name on it. You are stepping into a completely new frequency, Virgo. Now that the invisible crack in your fortress has been exposed and the eclipse of the siphon has been named, the heavy exhaustion is already beginning to lift. But seeing the breach is only the first step. You must understand exactly who you are within this cosmic shift, because this immense new power requires an identity that can actually hold it without crumbling. The universe is calling you to step out of the shadows. Virgo carries. Virgo sustains. Virgo rarely asks for help. And within this deep, undeniable sense of duty, there are three distinct paths of reclamation unfolding right now. Some of you are stepping into the archetype of the overgiver, who finally learned that no is a complete sentence. You spent your entire life believing that your worth was tied to how much you could fix for others, constantly handing over your vital force to keep the peace and avoid conflict. But now you realize that your infinite empathy was the exact open door they used to drain you, and your definitive refusal is your greatest shield. Others are embodying the silent architect, who built their unbreakable fortress in secret. You are the one who works quietly in the background, creating flawless structures that everyone else relies on, while silently starving for your own recognition. Your vulnerability was believing that if you just kept quiet and did the work, the spiritual envy wouldn't find you. But today, you are raising the walls of your own protection and refusing to leak your power to those who only admire the grand roof while ignoring the foundation. And finally, many of you are rising as the resilient healer, who decided to finally heal themselves first. You have spent years absorbing the heavy, chaotic energy of everyone around you, trying to cure their profound wounds, while completely ignoring the massive exhaustion settling in your own bones. Your deepest flaw was thinking that saving them would somehow save you. But this cosmic cycle demands that you redirect all that potent, golden healing energy directly back into your own chest. You are carrying the weight of these identities right now, and the universe recognizes the silent, exhausting battles you fought in the dark to get here. Pay attention to your chest right now. Take a slow, deliberate breath and feel that sudden, undeniable warmth expanding in the center of your ribs. This feeling has a name, and it is the exact sensation of your vital force finally returning home. You are no longer just a target for spiritual envy. You are an awakened, impenetrable fortress. But this powerful new identity that was just declared over your life needs to be fiercely sustained. Because the Virgo, who finally recognizes their own immense value, but still doesn't fully understand the complex energetic siege that surrounds them, will inevitably go back to carrying heavy, envious stares that simply do not belong to them. To hold this new ground and seal the breach forever, you need the foundation found in the Great Secret. Behind the spiritual envy against Virgo, it is available right now in the first pinned comment. This digital book is the exact guidance required for sustaining this powerful new identity that was just declared over your life. Do not wait for that heavy stare to return before you secure the truth you just claimed today. Secure your copy now, because the spiritual siege only wins when you leave your newly claimed territory completely unguarded. I promised I would return to this. The shield is forming. But before we move forward, you need to know exactly how this cycle will try to return, because the envy always tries one last time. I told you I would show you exactly how this cycle tries to pull you back under. The shield is taking shape around you, but before we move any further, you need to understand how the spiritual siege will attempt to test your new boundaries in the coming days. Envy never just gives up quietly. It always tries to find a new way in one last time. For some of you, it will happen as early as tomorrow morning. The first tactic is the sudden doubt that sounds exactly like your own logical voice, whispering that you should just give up on your biggest goal because it is too hard or too unrealistic. It is the siege trying to use your own Virgo rationality against you, convincing you that your exhaustion is a sign to stop. The weapon against this is a physical reset. The moment that heavy doubt hits, I want you to go and wash your hands with cold water. As the water runs over your skin, declare out loud, "My mind is a sanctuary, and this doubt is not mine." Notice how quickly the heavy mental fog completely evaporates. The second tactic is the disguised compliment that makes your stomach drop and immediately reopens the breach in your fortress. It is that comment wrapped in a perfect smile that leaves you feeling instantly exhausted and second-guessing your own worth. The weapon here is sealing your field in real time. The moment you feel that cold energy hit you, subtly cross your arms defensively for just a moment to physically block your solar plexus. As you do this, declare internally, "I return this energy to its source." Watch how the conversation shifts as they realize their cord cannot attach to you anymore. The third tactic is the sudden urge to shrink yourself and hide your own achievements so you do not bother anyone around you. It is the overwhelming feeling that your success is making the atmosphere heavy, forcing you to lower your frequency. The weapon is claiming your space. When that urge to hide kicks in, stand up completely straight, take a very deep breath, and declare, "My light is mine, and I will not dim it for the comfort of others." Feel your spine align as your vital force rushes back into your chest. These three weapons are exactly what you need to protect yourself from what I was able to show you today. But the cycle of spiritual envy has far more layers than what can fit into a single video. When the next compliment feels hollow and cold, when your next big project stalls for no logical reason at the 11th hour, and when that nameless exhaustion returns after seeing that specific person, you will need a deeper foundation. For the complete arsenal against these attacks, and to build the ultimate map of protection you need so this invisible siege never catches you off guard again, you must open the great secret behind the spiritual envy against Virgo. I am not rushing you. I am warning you. Do not wait for the invisible siege to tighten its grip again before you open this map. The cosmic window to definitively close this breach is rapidly shifting, and this digital book, available right now in the first pinned comment, holds the exact energetic protocols to keep your fortress permanently sealed. Now, I need you to stop learning for a moment and start feeling. I want you to lower your guard for a moment. You have been holding the weight of the world, anticipating the next invisible blow, and bracing for the next sudden drain of your energy. I want you to drop your shoulders right now. Take one slow, deep breath, and let the constant noise of everyone else's expectations fade into absolute silence. You don't need to be strong for anyone else in this exact second. You don't need to fix anything, organize anything, or pretend that you are not profoundly exhausted. Just let your physical body soften. We are going to close the invisible crack in your foundation right now. And you need to be completely present to claim your power back. I want you to close your eyes right now. Visualize a glowing, impenetrable wall of obsidian stone rising from the ground, brick by invisible brick, completely surrounding your body. As the wall gets higher, you can see dark, shadowy cords attached to your back, your shoulders, and your heart. Cords of envy, of expectation, of jealousy. Now imagine a sharp, brilliant sword of pure white light in your hand. With one clean motion, you slice through every single cord. Feel the instant release of pressure from your neck. Feel your lungs expanding. Your fortress is sealed. It is time to let go of the heavy baggage that was never yours to carry. Release every time your plans crumbled at the last minute, right before the finish line. Release every hollow compliment that left you feeling completely drained, instead of celebrated. Release every single moment you had to hide your own success and shrink your magnitude just to avoid the awkwardness of someone else's jealousy. Release every sudden wave of exhaustion that hit you after meeting certain people who fed on your light, and release that constant heavy sensation of your power slipping away. You are no longer a target. You are a sealed fortress. And right now I activate the overgiver, who finally learned that no is a complete sentence and your ultimate shield. I activate the silent architect, who built their unbreakable fortress in secret and refuses to leak their power to those who only admire the roof. And I activate the resilient healer, who decided to finally heal themselves first, turning all that potent golden energy directly back into their own chest. You are feeling that undeniable warmth expanding in your chest right now as your vital force returns home. The crack in the foundation is permanently sealed. Before we seal this energy, write down below the name of someone you are carrying with you through this heavy crossing, or if this is just for you, write in one sentence what you're expecting the universe to give back to you. I will read it, and you will not be writing this alone. Do not release this energy yet. We are not done. Stay with me. The walls of your home are now shielded from any shadow that tries to cross your threshold. Every ounce of your hard work is sealed and can no longer be siphoned by those who refuse to build their own ground. And the victories that are currently on their way to you will arrive completely untouched by the interference of envy. I know exactly how tired you are, and I have seen every time you tried to rationalize the heavy, suffocating pressure on your chest as just another normal day of stress. You thought you were just pushing through, being strong for everyone around you, but I saw the invisible weight actively trying to push you back down exactly when you were about to step into your power. You did not fail. You were intercepted. I saw you hiding your own victory at that table because your intuition warned you that celebrating would attract danger. You dimmed your own brilliant light so that others wouldn't have to squint, hoping that shrinking your magnitude would finally bring you some peace. But I gave you that light to blind the shadows, not to make them comfortable in your presence. I watched as your most foolproof plans crumbled at the last minute, right before the finish line, leaving you stranded and questioning your own competence. You blamed your own efforts, you blamed your timing, but I was exposing the spiritual envy that had been quietly siphoning your vital force for years. Every blocked path was a redirection to force you to finally seal your field. I felt the sudden, crushing wave of fatigue that hit you right after you shared your good news with those who smiled with their mouths, but kept their eyes completely cold. You thought it was a lack of sleep, but it was your energetic perception desperately warning you that not everyone who eats at your table wants to see you full. Now I'm closing this window. The vital energy you gave away is returning to your chest. The deep, silent foundation you built is no longer feeding parasitic roots that do not belong to you. I am hardening the walls of your fortress, and from this moment forward, the power you generate will remain entirely your own. The doubt that sounds like your own voice telling you to give up ends right here. The disguised compliment that makes your stomach drop ends right here. The sudden urge to shrink your achievements to avoid bothering others ends right here. Virgo has never been cold. Virgo is not envied for being demanding. Virgo is envied for quietly delivering what others only promise out loud. Don't let go yet. The universe has just told you. I saw you hiding your own victory at that table because your intuition warned you that celebrating would attract danger. And that is exactly why I need to remind you of one thing before sealing. What was cut here tonight is incredibly real. But tomorrow morning, the world will try to convince you that nothing has changed, and that heavy, envious stare that will try to sit on your shoulders again tomorrow morning will immediately test the new boundaries you just drew. The siege always tries to find a way back in when you are still adjusting to your own strength. To ensure that this invisible interference never breaches your walls again, you must focus on maintaining the energetic fortress you built during this journey so you don't lose your power tomorrow. And your greatest ally in this new era is the great secret behind the spiritual envy against Virgo. It is available right now in the first pinned comment. This digital book is the definitive anchor required to keep your frequency exactly where it belongs, fully protected from the draining forces that will try to test your resolve. Do not wait for tomorrow to test the fortress you have just erected today. Secure your digital book now. Keep this map by your side and lock the gates of your vital energy forever. There are thousands of Virgos listening to this right now, feeling the exact same warmth expanding in their chests, sitting in the exact same silence as you. If this voice found you today, subscribe to the channel, not for numbers, but because the next message in this series will look exactly for those who have already crossed this first one. You are part of an awakened line of defense. In the next video of this series, I am going to reveal the silent warning sign that appears exactly 3 days before this energetic siege breaks, and why almost every Virgo completely ignores it. Do not miss it. And still in this video, Virgo, before I seal this hour with you, I come back one last time to this request. You have walked with me this far, you have crossed every word, every revelation, every sign, and if at any moment of this message you felt the universe touch you, you know this video was not an accident. The voluntary donation link remains open in the first pinned comment right below the digital book. Not as a charge, not as an exchange, but as a giving back from the one who received to the source this message came from. Any amount your heart points to, and the universe sees every gesture. The universe sees, and the universe multiplies over your home, over your days, over what you don't even know is about to arrive. This was my last request. I'll be waiting for you there. Thank you so much. And when the heavy stare tries to return, remember that the answer has a name, the great secret of spiritual envy. and it is already within your reach. The massive ancient building is finally standing on its own earth. The parasitic roots have withered, the invisible crack in the foundation is permanently sealed, and your golden light is no longer leaking into the dark. Now you can let go. This message is complete. What was seen was seen. What was cut was cut. Walk light, Virgo.